Welcome to this day. You're gonna find a way. All the bells are ringing in your life.
I was actually born in Manchester in the north of England, but when I was 9 years old, I moved down here, just south of London, number 17, Chessington Avenue, Bexley Heath. At that stage, I'd already bought my first record. I remember it distinctly. I was in the car with my father. Suddenly, this voice, beautiful voice, came on. I said, "Dad, what's that?" He said, "It's rock and roll, son." It was Elvis. I said, "Dad, who is it?" He said, "That's the King, son, it's the King." I said, "Dad, play it again." He said, "We can't, son, it's on the radio." But he said, "If you go to the record shop, you can buy the record." What I used to do is I used to come out of this door, walk down this street here, do a left, and within 5 minutes I was in a proper working class area where I could meet real people. And it was in that area that I met several musicians, and they started to show me about the joys of music. You know how sometimes some people can just come into your life and you don't realise it at the time, but they have a major impact in your life. That's what happened here in Belvedere when I met the Shilling Brothers. Aaron was a drummer, Darryl was a guitarist. They were 14, 15, 16, 17 years old and they were forming a band, and I liked that. So I came around here and I got stuck in. They didn't see me as a musician, but they saw me as a good manager. They appointed me as a semi-manager of their band. They gave me a trial. It takes me back to come and see where I learnt those things and where I got that inspiration from. And that was right here in Belvedere at 53 Grosvenor Road. Moving from a middle class to working class area, that I was really able to develop my musical experience. It was here in this area that I discovered the Doors. The Doors taught me that you could bring poetry into music. Here that we discovered the Sex Pistols. Why did we like the Sex Pistols? Not because they were brilliant musicians. We liked them because they had energy, power and attitude. Sark, a tiny little island in the middle of the English Channel. 550 people, no cars. How did I end up there? I honestly believe that God was looking down and he just looked at me at a state in my life at one point and said, "I don't know what to do with this guy, send him to Sark." So off I went to Sark, and when I look back now, it was a massively significant event in my life. It gave me an opportunity to really get my head together, and it gave me freedom to work, freedom to play. It brought the fun back into my life, and it brought me back to nature, which is what Sark is all about. Darryl very sadly died in 1996. It was Darryl that really inspired me to play guitar and to write songs. But what Darryl gave me was self-belief, the ability that I could write, that I could be successful. And he gave me that real gift of getting pleasure and enjoyment out of music at all levels. So for that, thanks Daryl, and it's a privilege to be doing this today and keeping your memory going.
When the dawn of life breaks over and justice is then done,
I think there comes a point in your life when you reach maybe 23, 24 years old and you're looking at your guitar and you're still playing your songs, you're not making any money, and maybe you're that guy that people about whom it is said, you know, why doesn't he go and get a proper job? Any spiritual enlightenment that I've received in my journey in life has really come through my life experience. When I went to study theology in London several years ago, I didn't really learn any spiritual enlightenment. What I did was, I met a lot of people who had a lot of different concepts and ideas about life. So I learnt tolerance and patience, the ability to listen to people and to accept and understand their views. When I left university and I got my teeth stuck into actually living in the real world and working in the world, that's where any enlightenment I've gained came from.
And no harm will come to us.
I was still writing my songs, I was reflecting on my life and what had gone on around me, and I was able to re-strengthen the batteries, if you like. What happened at that point was the dance scene was beginning to fade out, and some of these rock bands were coming back in again, and I started to believe in myself again and believe in the power of the song and the guitar. You know, I feel very privileged that I've had a business career before I've actually been able to pursue my music professionally. It's given me the opportunity to spend 10 years traveling around the world. I've been to countries I could never have imagined I would have been to. When I first got into business, I went to places like Estonia. I've met so many people. I've been really privileged. You know, I'll be in an airport lounge and, you know, I'll hear, I don't know, Robbie Williams played on the radio or something, or Coldplay played in a hotel lounge. And I can see the reaction, I can see how it goes down. And I think you need to be divorced from the music business for a large number of years to really appreciate what's going on.
I climb the tallest trees in vain.
It's just driven me to want to make that type of foot-tapping music that people really want to experience. So let's go and make some great music, eh? We're up here in Battersea in London. We've got a whole team together, all sorts of professionals, stylists, makeup people, technicians, lighting people, cameramen, musicians. Yeah, it's really good to be in London, to pull a big team like this together, and that's what we're doing here today, shooting a video to launch the Doyle project.
My role is, I'm the director, so I come up with a concept for the video. I kind of did the storyboards, and I'm also editing the video, which I really, when I'm directing and editing, it really helps a lot because I'm really thinking about the edit and how things are going to come together, not just kind of shooting a whole bunch of stuff and giving it to an editor. Because it's the band's first video, we were thinking about it being almost like a video of the making of. So the making of is the video, so it's almost like this organic production. What we did was started with an empty set a camera up, and we shot the time lapse of the whole thing coming together. And all throughout the video we've been shooting the Steadicam, shooting the band from the crane, and the crane being shot by the Steadicam. And I really wanted that kind of hands-on feel, the making of almost, which is the kind of concept of the thing. So it's been a lot of fun, almost taking away the mystique out of it and actually showing all the crew when you're coming around on the track, and it's been a lot of fun.
part of the appeal for me in working with Mick was the distinct quality to his voice. It's very deep, and his vocal delivery is that of an international sounding artist. I returned from New York after spending 10 years living and working in America. And upon coming back to London, I was re-establishing my own music career and looking for artists to develop and manage, and I was introduced to Mick Doyle.
It was around about 3 or 4 years ago when I suddenly realised that I was still reasonably young. I'd written 10, 20, 30, 40 really good songs, and you don't write this stuff to bury it. It shouldn't be buried. You write songs for other people to hear, to produce. That's the whole point. I don't know what's going to happen to me the next day any more than any other man does. Each morning when I get up, I have to renew my faith and my belief in what I'm doing. And right now, that's what I'm up to. This is a journey of faith for me.
Hold me now, hold me now, hold me now, here.